Go back to the comments made by Hungary. Let's listen to them again.
We don't hate Ukraine. The problem is that the Ukrainian state hates Hungary, and the Ukrainian state carries out an anti-Hungarian political approach for the last 10 years. Ukraine behaves in a very hostile manner towards Hungary. Please ask the Ukrainians why they have stopped the oil deliveries to Hungary. Ask the Ukrainians why they put the security of energy supply of Hungary into risk, why they do not give back the rights to the Hungarian national community, why they endanger our energy security, and I'm very curious what their answer will be.
We now turn to a related development. Slovakia's Prime Minister, Robert Fico, has issued an ultimatum to Ukraine demanding that oil supplies be resumed by Monday. If Ukraine fails to comply, Fico says he will instruct Slovak companies to halt emergency electricity supplies to Ukraine. Let's take a listen into the statement.
Zajtra navštívim štátnu akciovú spoločnosť SEPS a požiadam ju, aby zastavila núdzové dodávky elektriny na Ukrajinu. Ak nám prezident odkazuje, že si máme kúpiť plyn a ropu niekde inde ako v Rusku, hoci to je ťažšie a drahšie, a prichádzame o veľké peniaze, máme právo odpovedať.
The dispute is linked to a pipeline outage, with Hungary and Slovakia blaming Ukraine for the disruption. Both countries have threatened to stop energy exports to Ukraine unless oil shipments resume. Meanwhile, European Union foreign ministers criticised Hungary's stance, particularly over its threat to block sanctions on Russia and a significant loan for Ukraine. Ukraine's foreign ministry has condemned these ultimatums and blackmail from Slovakia and Hungary. David K. Johnston joins us once again. How do you explain the stance of both Hungary and Slovakia in this situation? Of course, both of the countries are part of this 27 country bloc, the European Union, most of which of the countries are very, very much pro-Kyiv, are committed to supporting Kyiv in its war against Moscow. What benefits do both countries have in supporting, some would say, the Kremlin?
Well, first and foremost, let's understand that there's a damaged pipeline, and all the evidence I've seen from military bloggers and assessments by various governments is that the Russians who caused the pipeline not to be fully usable, yet the Fico government in Slovakia particularly is blaming the Ukrainians for this. But essentially, both Slovakia and Hungary's leaders are staking their side with the Kremlin. And they're going to pursue their own interests for sure, and they should, but they're doing it in a way that's designed to try and create instability in European Union's support for the liberty and freedom of the Ukrainian people. That's the fundamental effort here. Sow chaos, sow discord, have the Europeans fighting with one another rather than being united in opposing the Russian invasion. And I would not call it, as you did, the Ukrainians doing anything except defending their homeland from the absolutely illegal invasion by Russia, which after all signed a 1994 treaty promising to never invade Ukraine if that country gave up its nuclear weapons, which it did. And the U.S. pledged to protect Ukraine and has done so in inadequate and marginal ways, a problem that goes back to Joe Biden's marginal approach to this rather than drawing a line in the sand and saying, don't cross this, Mr. Putin.
Professor David K. Johnston, thank you so much for taking the time in joining us here on NewsX World.